Hey everyone, let me just check if this slide thing works. Yep, perfect, awesome. So, hey, hello world. I'm Umer. Um, a little bit about myself. I'm an AI enthusiast. I've been in the software development industry for about 8 years now. I do a little bit of volunteer work, a little bit of community work, and please connect with me on LinkedIn. That's my QR code to connect. So I'll be happy to chat with you. Um, I'm also part of the Van.js team. As you can see by my laptop over here, just only one sticker, Van.js, along with some crayon, which are from my kids. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. Before we start the presentation, I just wanted to show you a little bit of a meme to set the theme for this talk. When we do go to interviews, they are pretty tough, but the actual job is not that much. So just wanted to show you that. Anyways, so we get started with these flashy terms you might have been hearing in the industry. Some of these, like GPT, Chat GPT, or any other ones, which is just like generative pre-trained transformer, RAG, another flashy term, LLMs, prompt engineering. These terms have been becoming pretty popular in the last few months or so. Some of them which are actually becoming popular this year, agentic AI and AGI, which means that we're practically doomed because it's general intelligence uh, by agents and AI. So the real question here is, when can I expect to lose my job? And everybody's scared right now. And before we actually go into telling you if you are going to lose your job or not, let's do a history 101. So this chart that you see over here tells you the history of humankind, how we have evolved from being in the woods of hunting animals and in the Stone Age, all the way over there on the left side where we're on the screen watching TikTok videos. So there has been a lot of shift of how humans have worked, and we have worked all this while, but there has been a lot of change of how we work. So how has that actually happened? Let's look at the first chart. This one is for the labor market trends in Canada. It starts from 1976 to 2024. And this chart actually shows you the change of how the workers or job opportunities have come in the major industries in Canada. The major decreases that you'll see here are in agriculture. So a lot of the farm workers have now shifted to services industry. And you'll see that there's a 132% increase in construction. Manufacturing has pretty much stayed the same, a little bit of decrease of 4%, but that services at the top over there, 666% increase in the services sector, which includes the IT sector. Let's take a look at the US market now. And this data goes all the way back to 1860s. And this one actually shows you on this big thing that you see over here, farm and farm workers, and how the farm workers have gone down from 1860 all the way to 2000. The real winners you'll see at the top over there are STEM, which means engineering sectors, services sectors. Those are the real winners from 1860 to 2000. So what does this all mean really? That's the real question. What does this really mean? Well, the key point here is that history has shown us that the roles have changed of human beings. Farmers became factory workers became typists, and typists became coders. So coming back to the topic on when you can expect to lose your job to AI, First thing is, let's talk a little bit about how the AI market has changed. So a couple of years ago, I would say AI wasn't that good. Robots weren't really performing that well. Had limited ability to work with robots. Nobody really knew or wanted to work in robotics really. Um, but fast forward till today, what's happening right now is kind of scary. We have Tesla robots coming in, which are really cool, but it is getting scary to the point where we are getting scared, and I'm over here talking to you about how I am scared about losing my job as well as a software developer. But again, we got to think from a historic perspective. That's where data never lies. So from a historic perspective, what we have seen is that there is a shift of jobs. It's not that the jobs have eliminated. Like I told you about the farmers. The farmers became coders who watch TikTok all day. But there's a shift of jobs. So the work actually persists, right? The work persists, but the job roles change. That's the key point here. So the real impression that we have right now with AI is that AI equals loss of jobs. That's the general perception that we have, right? But what does actually it means on the other side of the spectrum? It also means that AI increases the industry. There are new companies that are being built solely on AI. And what does this mean? New jobs, right? Because new companies equal new jobs, right? And that also means that there's going to be new industries. Those new industries means new jobs. If we look at the productivity side of things, I personally have experienced at least 200% productivity increase when using AI tools. So that higher productivity, what does it mean for the company who's hired you? It means that the company can expand. They can actually become bigger. And what does it mean to become bigger? More jobs. So when the company grows, it means more jobs as well. The other thing that's going to happen is that when the company grows, the cost of the goods that or services that they are making also get reduced, which also equals new jobs. So all of this, showing you all of this, means I just want to convey that don't just look at AI as this bad, scary thing. Also look at the positive side of the spectrum. So coming back on the a little bit of evil side of things, which is will the AI worker and AI agents replace the jobs, and which jobs they will actually replace? So before I tell you that the jobs that they're going to replace, let me give you an example. So let's say if I have a pen, if I take a pen from someone and then I give that pen to the consumer, just take pen from one side, give it to the consumer. That thing is called friction. And friction jobs, I feel, are gonna evaporate. The reason is because you're not bringing any value to that pen. You're taking it from one side and just giving it to the next person. Those jobs, the friction jobs, are gonna evaporate because any person can do it. AI can do that job. Now, which jobs can be saved? Let's take the same example of that pen. I take that pen and now I turn it into a new pen. Maybe add some color to it, maybe add some value to it, maybe just change the design a little bit, and then sell it to the consumer. Now, that is not friction. That means that that role, in my opinion, is going to stay. Why? Because I feel that the kind of roles which involve creativity, which involve problem solving, and which involve innovation are going to be harder to replace by AI and automate as well. It's going to be hard to automate those roles because it involves problem solving skills. So, the real question is some of the examples of the roles I feel that are going to be replaced in the near future. Now, a disclaimer before I show you these roles. This is only my opinion, and you can definitely have your own opinions. Just don't kill me after the talk. So here we go. The first one here is most of us, which is front-end developer role. Now, when I say front-end developer, not the person who is orchestrating the whole project, not the person who is uh, thinking and problem solving. I'm talking about the person who is adding small things in the header, who is adding another card to the content. Those roles can be changed even now, they can be replaced by AI. AI generation tools can do that for you. You can use tools like Cursor, for example, to ask it. It has a feature called Composer. If you haven't used it yet, I would request you to use it. It's pretty awesome. You can ask it to add that card for you, add that specific link for you in the header, and it will do that for you perfectly, almost perfectly. So those roles can evaporate. The second one, again, most of us, is junior software developer. The reason is because the junior software developer is tasked most of the time to sit and watch for bugs, small bugs in the code. Now, those bugs can be detected by AI nowadays with automation and AI detection. So it's gonna be harder for junior software developer to enter the market. The third role, I have seen it with my eyes, a team of about 20 QA testers evaporated, laid off, and due to automation. And that is a role, it's, I feel, is also going to evaporate. The reason is automation or automated tests can take over the role of a QA tester. A couple of other examples I'll really quickly give you are database administrator. There are tools out there, AI tools, which can scan your database and then basically run the queries for you as well. So you just tell the AI tool, okay, I want the top 10 people who have been watching my videos. And without writing any query or anything, it will give you the results uh, without any coding or anything like that. So the other things that it can do is update your database, manage your database as well, apply security patches. The fifth one is system administrator. That's the person who bugs you to upgrade your operating system in the company. I think that role is a little bit redundant, can be done by AI. So, in my opinion, what are the roles which are not going to be replaced in the near future? The first one, and I can be biased, is software engineer. The reason is, as we saw in Trust Flight, they're also hiring software engineers. The reason is, and you can see the job description that they had, right? In the job description, they don't write any particular, I think they wrote TypeScript, but other than that, they mention like AI, knowledge of AI, knowledge of orchestrating the project, things like that, right? So I feel the job of a software engineer, like the orchestration part of it, like imagine if you're building Burj Khalifa. Um, AI can put the bricks for you, but the blueprint of Burj Khalifa is the job of a software engineer. So you're building the blueprint, go and check the workers if they are putting the bricks in order or not, and the wind and everything you got to calculate. So I think that part is a software engineer's job role, and that is the reason why I feel it's not going to evaporate. The second one, real quick, is the data scientist, not the data analyst, but the data scientist. Now, a lot of the analysis can be done by the AI tools, but the job of a data scientist is also to interpret what that analysis means. So there is a human intervention involved in that role. So I feel data scientist is also a secure role. The third one is AI ML researcher. I've seen that role pop up in a lot of companies, even government level. This role involves you to go have the knowledge of AI tools and go in a company and lead the project of how the company or the organization can incorporate AI into their whole organization and project what they're working on. Next, we have cloud architect, again orchestrator. they are not responsible for running the cloud. They are responsible for orchestrating the cloud platforms, how the orchestration is done. So that part is going to be, I feel, is going to be in the hands of humans. Again, you'll see again and again the roles that I'm showing you. Some of them you might feel can be replaced by AI, but there's a concept. This is a research done by IMF, which most of you might not like, but a research that has been done by IMF, which shows that there's something called a shielded role. What a shielded role means is that, let's say you go to a courtroom and there is a person who the judge is going to make this decision whether this person goes to jail or not. Now, do we want, as humans, do we want an AI, even the most brilliant AI, do we want an AI to make the decision of a person going to jail or not? Probably not. There's a yes over there, but I don't know. But most probably, we are not going to rely on AI. But a person who's working as a cashier on a clerk, that person's job could be replaced. Yeah, got it. Now they're giving me the eyes, so I gotta speed it up a little bit. So the last one is the cybersecurity expert. That also involves human intervention. The reason is AI can tell you about all the issues or detect the security vulnerabilities in your project, but it can also be a little bit problematic for the company to have the AI make the whole plan of how you're going to deal with those vulnerabilities. There's a aspect of, again, a shielded role, human intervention involved in that role. So that is why I feel cybersecurity expert is also kind of a shielded role. So what can you do right now to not be replaced, right? That's the $1 million question. 2 words: upskill yourself, right? I've heard people come up to me and say, don't think about studying in machine learning, sorry, don't worry about AI. You should not take those people's advices. You should be upskilling yourself. Think about ways how you can adapt AI you can into your current workflow, how you can go to the next level, learn new things. That's the whole point of my talk. Lastly, I would just mention this quote, that the best results come when humans and AI, they work as a team. And this quote is directly coming from ChatGPT, so it's gotta be true. That's pretty much it for me. I just wanted to share that with the community. Please join me on LinkedIn. Thank you so much. Okay, we have some time for questions. So, okay, one question. Go ahead.
If the junior software developer gets replaced by AI, how do you ever become intermediate, senior, or staff software engineer?
Okay, you need to rethink what a junior developer is. This industry is really blessed with the fact that we don't count the person as a senior just because the number of years of experience they have. In this industry, you are only considered a senior if you know more things and you can orchestrate the project and you are able to do a lot of things, right? So other industry like a doctor, you might need to have 10 years, 20 years of experience to even become a surgeon. But in this tech industry, you don't need that. I've seen internees come into the company and become senior software engineers within the matter of like 6 months or so, just because of the level of motivation they had and how much interest they had within the company and the infrastructure and everything. So in this industry, you can easily become a senior software engineer if you are motivated, if you learn and upskill yourself. I hope that answers the question.
All right.
Thank you.
Please give a hand to Umer.